She said, I hear that monks are looking for shelter in many homes. Why don't you come and stay in my house? Gautama said, if she's inviting you with so much affection, you must go stay there. Then people saw, see, he's gone.
Namaste, world raisers. Sabine and Roger here. Let's watch Why Buddha Sent a Monk to a Prostitute by Sadhguru, a request by Vikas, Sujai, Tanish, and Lust, Anger, Greed, 3 Gateways to Hell. What an amazing name.
Yeah, thank you so much for the request. And I actually studied Buddha quite a bit, but I don't think I've ever heard this story, so I'm excited for this one, so let's go.
Gautama, the Buddha, with a large group of his disciples who was continuously traveling, made a rule that during the monsoon season, those 2.5 months, you can stay in the same place. The rule for the sannyasis or the monks who were with him is you should never stay in any place for more than 2 days. Normally, the monks were sheltered in many homes. So this rule he passed, more than 2 nights you don't stay in one house because it will be too much of a burden for the host. They are housing 10 people, you don't stay there for a month. 2 days, it should have been 1 day. 2, because you have walked a long distance and come, bit of recovery time. But during the monsoon season, he said, up to 2 to 2.5 months you can stay in one place because walking through the jungles of that region during the monsoon season would be treacherous and many would lose their lives. So this is a time like that. They stayed in a large town and they were spread across in many homes. The monks went out to get their alms from the people. Ananda or Ananda Tirtha, as he was known, who happened to be Gautama's elder brother before his monkhood, went out and there was a courtesan or a prostitute in the town. She gave him alms, looked at him, a handsome young man, tall and straight. She said, I hear that monks are looking for shelter in many homes. Why don't you come and stay in my house? Another said, I have no issue, but I must ask the Buddha as to where I should stay. Then she became really taunting. She said, oh, you're going to ask your guru? Go and ask him, let's see what he says. So Ananda brought what he had collected for the day. Gautama was sitting, he came and placed it at his feet and everybody is supposed to find food and shelter wherever they go. Ananda asked, like this lady is inviting me, can I stay there? Gautama said, if she's inviting you with so much affection, you must go stay there. The townspeople who were sitting here, they said, what? A monk is going to go and stay in a prostitute's home? This is it. This spiritual process has become corrupt. Gautama looked at them and said, why are you so worried? The lady is inviting him. Let him stay, what is the problem? They all started getting up and started shouting. He said, wait, I am on this path because I see this is the most powerful way to live. Now you're telling me her ways are more powerful than my ways. If that is the truth, I will also go and join her. I'm here because I see this is the most precious and powerful way to exist. If you think her ways are better than mine, I should also go and join. Because if you're a true seeker, that's how it should be. If you found something much higher, you go for that. Then people shouted and many of them, of course, leave. Then Ananda went and stayed with her. Monsoon time, Because of rains, it gets cold. Monk is wearing a thin habit. So she gave him a nice silk wrap. He covered himself. Then people saw, see, he's gone. She made nice cooking and gave it to him, he ate. Then in the evening she danced for him. He sat, watching very carefully, with utmost attention. Then when they heard the music, this is it, finished. Things went on. When the time was up, when the rain stopped, when it's time to move, Ananda came to Gautama along with a female monk. So, the power of being on the path of truth has been there, but has been many times at its height, but never got mainstreamed. I see that today, because of our ability to communicate, because of the tools of technology, the natural longing, the innate longing in a human being to find truth, this is not a thought thing. This is not something that been taught to people that you must seek truth. It is natural for human intelligence to seek what is highest. If you are given an option, any human being, given an option, either to be here or there, he will always say, I want to be there. Right now he may be caught up here, but aspiration is to go to whatever is the highest. It is just that we have to show him that there are better highs than getting drunk, there are better highs than drugs, there are better highs than being caught up in social drama, there are better highs than being better than someone else. We just have to show it to him, we have to make him understand there is a better high. Forever, many sages, saints, yogis, gurus have been doing this, but as I said, they were gentle people. They didn't have a voice like me. They didn't have a microphone. They didn't have tools with which they could speak to somebody there. They could only speak to people here. In spite of that, they did tremendous things. For their times, many of them did tremendous things out of sheer grace and energy. Millions of people around them, they transformed. Millions of people around them, they put them on the path of truth, on the power of truth. But a time has come where our ability to communicate is such, we can make truth slip through every door. We can make truth knock on everybody's minds and hearts. Never before this was possible. Technology has rendered us to this place. I feel this is the best age ever to make truth mainstream, to be truthful, to aspire for truth, to seek truth, the main force on the planet, because we have tools that nobody ever had.
The Buddha.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Love this talk, right? So the story, right? And yeah, the power and the potential, of that, and then Ananda being there, and then, the prostitute became a monk herself, right? So we have this desire, for boundlessness, the unlimited, right? So we're always seeking. we need to be that and share that and spread that. So he said, I say that all the time too, that there's never been a better time in human history. Yeah, and he's, stressing the communication, the technology, that we can make it mainstream. And if we did, then what could this world become, right? So we need to be seekers, because the mainstream right now, it's not designed for that. We're living in a materialistic, consumeristic culture, right? Where we got to get jobs, we got to work, we got to get an education based on intellectual information that's going to help us, perform our tasks and our duties so we can earn a living and blah, blah, blah. But we've forgotten, the big questions. What is reality? Is there a God? If there is, what is that? Right? What is the universe? What is creation? What are we doing here? What is life? Right? And ask those questions, get on the path, because the answers are there. Anybody who's willing to seek that, will get it and understand it. And then the youth, so the younger generation, once they understand it, and then they get into some more, some higher positions in society, then that can really become mainstream, right? Because, quantum physics, the advanced sciences, they're pointing at this truth, but we need to integrate it with what the ancient mystics and masters and enlightened beings were teaching all along, right? It's all one truth. We're non-duality. Everything is the manifestation of an infinite field of consciousness right now. So, yeah.
Yeah, very beautiful. And just also the Buddha as being clairvoyant, right? I mean, he knew what would happen if Ananda would stay there, and also seeing the potential in everyone, right? And whereas the common people there had no faith in the prostitute anymore because of, the path she chose until that point, and were very judgmental towards her and had no hope for her, it seems. But the Buddha, of course, knowing that we all have potential to become Buddhas and to merge again with God, no problem, stay with her. And the seeds of liberation got planted, and then she got into robes and followed the Buddha, maybe, who knows, maybe even realized, self-realized in that lifetime. And so we can't judge another person's path. It's very beautiful.
So very similar kind of to Mary Magdalene. So Jesus is like one of Jesus's disciples, Mary Magdalene. She was also a prostitute, I believe. Yeah. And then people were really upset that he was having anything to do with her at first. But he was open and inviting, to everyone, right? So the lowest of the low, those were, the people really suffering, really, off the path, so to speak. Those were the ones that, are ripe to get back onto it, right? In the sense that, even nowadays, right? A lot of people don't come to spirituality unless it's through suffering, right? Or being outcast or shamed or whatever it is. And then, you begin seeking, right? So
there's one thing he said, though, that I'm not sure of. He said, like, Ananda is his brother or something. I don't know. I've never heard that. Not exactly sure what this is all about. Because, I just also Googled. I can't find it. There's a big, like, a friendship between them. But
I'm sure I would have remembered if Ananda, if the Buddha had a brother. But
maybe a brother in his past life.
Who knows?
Anyways, let's not get hung up with these little details, because that's not important. If they were brothers or not, or in past lives or not, who cares? That is like information which has no benefit whatsoever to to your spiritual and my spiritual development. It's the actual teaching here.
Yeah.
that everybody has potential to awaken in this very lifetime.
To be realized in the present, right? So historical facts and debates about what happened when and where and why and who and like anything in the past history, it doesn't exist anymore. Yeah, it might have happened, but what's important for spiritual awakening, is the teachings. What was the Buddha teaching to get us, to that state, right? So I love Sadhguru's fondness for the Buddha, right? Always talks about him with great respect, right? Saying that, that power, that potentiality, and that Buddha was living, the highest possibility of life in human form. And he was sharing it, spreading it. So, and now the time has come where they're making mainstream, right? Once we let go of our differences and positionalities and we see that, all of these realized, awakened, enlightened beings, they were all teaching, the path in their own unique ways. So we can accept all of them. So, so thank you so much for joining us. If you like this video as much as we did, please hit that like button. Remember to subscribe. It really, really helps the channel. Let us know what you think down in the comments. And remember, raise yourself
and raise the world. Thank you so much, everyone. And a very special thank you to all our members. We love you.
Peace.